We are in some tough economic times.
Yeah.
Some people say that perhaps we're already in a recession. What is your advice for small business owners?
The economy does not look great right now. Things are slowing down. You're seeing layoffs in many sectors of the economy. People are slowing down. So my advice to people, whether they're small business owners or is take some risk off the table. If you were going to make a purchase, maybe slow down that purchase a little bit.
Ah, yes, the former CEO of Amazon, a billionaire who was so vicious to his own warehouse workers that they'd have to pee in bottles and in some cases defecate in plastic bags. He has some advice on what to do during an economic downturn that, of course, would have no negative impact on him, but a huge negative impact on people who are already suffering from working in places that were led by people like him. So why are we getting economic advice or financial advice from Jeff Bezos? I get that he's a billionaire.
Because he's a billionaire, so he's better and smarter and harder working and more handsome than us. Were you not raised in America? Do you not get how this works? They're all better, and we, the lowly peasants, should be willing to jump in front of bullets for them on Twitter, if not in the real world. Look, I'm almost less bothered by the fact that they would go to him for advice for regular people. Although in her defense, she framed it as being about small business owners. Although what he would know about the struggles of small business owners, I don't know. But
no, but he weighs in on what ordinary people should do.
No, and that's why he deserves more of the discredit. But then his advice, because remember, he's a billionaire, so he's a genius, is don't buy expensive stuff.
No,
don't buy a big TV because it's gonna cost money and then you won't have that money. That's a great point. Thank you, Jeff.
Here's the actual headline.
That's the best he can do.
No, I know. Okay, so just
should I make more money too? Or no, that'll probably distract me from the not buying expensive stuff. I should focus on that.
Amazon announced this week that they are laying off 10,000 workers as we enter the holiday season. So I'm sure they're really jazzed about that. And after, Amazon made, of course, record profits during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But I do want to go to the CNN Business headline for this story, where they write, Jeff Bezos' top tips for managing the economic downturn. Oh my God, tell me more. What does he say? So in the interview, Bezos urged people, to your point, John, to put off expenditures for big ticket items, such as new cars, televisions, and appliances, noting that delaying big purchases is the surest way to keep some dry powder in the event of a prolonged economic downturn. People be buying washing machines, and that's what the real problem with the economy is. People be buying drying machines.
I think we could save a lot of money on food by consuming Jeff Bezos. That's what I think.
All right,
I think there's some great calories in these billionaires.
I didn't know,
and
John
they need
was
to be
into that.
consumed.
I reject it. I'm not interested.
I'm just
Okay,
like
I'd rather starve to death.
We had a little disagreement on the show, Cenk and I, about the inherent evil of being a billionaire. And when I see stuff like that, it's not just that they're evil; it's that they can't just go be evil on their private islands. They have to come and just spit in our face with it.
Yes, that is such a great point.
When the reporter was like, we're going through some hard times, and he's like, shut up. What the hell do you know about it? Honestly, he said, avoid big purchases because there might be tough times.
Look at his face.
I liked Rings of Power. They spent, what, $750 million on it, and now they have to fire tens of thousands of employees. Maybe if you'd taken some of your top tips and not invested so much in a big purchase like Rings of Power, maybe you wouldn't have had to sack more employees than ever before in the history of Amazon at a time when people are still using Amazon at amazing rates. Maybe he should be taking his own advice before rolling it out on CNN.
Bezos said the probability.
Don't cancel the show though, I like it.
Oh, it's a show. I was like, I don't know what that is. Okay, Bezos said, no, I do know. It's the Game of Thrones TV series.
No, it's the Lord of the Rings TV. That's the one with
wait,
Gollum.
what did I just say?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, sorry, I meant to say Lord of the Rings. Sorry, I misspoke. Okay. Anyway,
we're friends again.
Let's move on. Bezos said the probability of economic conditions worsening makes it prudent, everybody, to save some cash if it's an option.
He literally said to save money.
Take some risk off the table, he said.
Oh my God, I should probably put out the fire I started on all my cash. I thought you get rid of it in a downturn.
that is the problem, John.
What have I done?
We all know it. We both know it. Like, that's the problem with people like us. We love to put the risk on the table, okay? My dinner table, full of risk. Risk everywhere.
The way I eat it kind of is, actually. A risk of diabetes, if not recession.
Just a little bit of risk reduction could make a big difference, he says. By the way, the whole thing about like, don't buy a car. So look, this is a side note. I do think that Americans are a little too obsessed with like every 2 years I need a new car, I need a new car. Like, you guys need to get over that, okay? No one cares about your car. If you're a car fanatic and it really, really makes you happy, fine. But
fine,
like,
JR, fine.
Yeah, but like that's the thing with JR. JR doesn't buy fancy cars.
That's true, he likes the classic cars, and he likes fixing them up anyway, but yeah.
But like,
used cars are super expensive right now. It's tough to buy transportation no matter when you buy it.
They are very expensive. I'm a big proponent of used cars. I have a used car, it's great. I bought it before the pandemic, but nonetheless, but putting that aside. But like, he does realize that people, in a lot of cases, might just need a new car. Right? Like if their car breaks down, they need transportation to get to work. That's not just some like big luxurious buy. It's something you literally need to get to and from work, especially in some places where public transportation isn't really an option. So like, it's just really interesting to see a fabulously wealthy individual try to decipher what the lifestyle of everyone else is like.
Yeah.
You know, that's what kind of stands out to me in the, like the whole thing about like, don't buy appliances. I don't know, maybe there are Americans out there who are like, these appliances in my kitchen, like they work really well, but I'm just kind of sick of them. So I think I'm just gonna like revamp and buy a bunch of new appliances. Like most of the time people don't do that. They buy appliances because they need to replace one that's not working anymore. You know, which by the way, it's looming. My washer dryer, it's looming, right?
Yeah.
But I gotta keep my powder dry according to Jeff Bezos.
Just call it money, why'd you have
I
to
already
call it
have too
dry
much
powder?
risk in my dinner table, so.
It is amazing that we tolerate their existence, let alone their public existence.
No, but John, I would have said that same thing maybe 5 years ago, maybe even a year ago. But the unionization efforts that we're seeing, the strikes that we're seeing, things are starting to change. And I don't want to overstate it, right? I'd like to see even more momentum on that front, but I don't think a lot of workers are putting up with it anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, that I think is more focused on making sure that they have what they need. And I'm sure most of them would support higher taxes and all that too. So, you know, credit to them. But what, can we start talking about a wealth tax again? Like I feel like there was some momentum going a couple of years ago. Could we make sure that in 2024, that's a big part of the conversation? There should be fewer billionaires than they are. That should be a policy and social goal for America. Okay, we do not need more people like Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos would be perfectly fine if he had $25 million, okay?
He's such a dope financial advisor, everybody. Okay, he really he really understands us. Real final graphic I'm gonna read to you because I think this tells it all. And he is so in the dark about this reality. Let's go to graphic 6. According to the 2022 Personal Capital Wealth and Wellness Index, only 43% of Americans are in a position to handle an unforeseen $500 expense without worry. By the way, household debt has exploded.
Sure.
And it's because an increasing number of Americans, they're just not making enough money to make ends meet and they're putting it on their credit cards, whatever they need.
Well, yeah, and it's not surprising. They're going through 8, 9, 10 microwaves a year just because they get bored with it and they want new appliances. Stop going through your fridges, people. These needless purchases of new wine coolers and dishwashers, it needs to end.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.